Hi, my name is Mike Loger. I'm a member of the staff. One of my responsibility areas is a staff liaison to the different committees in our parish that deal with social justice issues. The parish refers to it as our journey to justice. I'm remembering when Father Coons hired me. He used an expression, we want to make a difference in the Mankato area, when we were talking about journey to justice. The recent developments in the news serve as an example for us of how many people continue to be disadvantaged through possibly no fault of their own. The solution can only come out of making changes in how things work. Sharing donations is only part of the solution, and we have to recognize that people with needs are our neighbors. We've seen that here. Some of them come and pray with us in our church. Today is a day of prayer and memorial for George Floyd up in the Twin Cities, but it touches all of us, wherever we're at. Our goal today is to inform you of possible ways in how you can respond. With me today is Isaac Landsteiner. He was hired by Catholic Charities to serve the social justice resource needs of the Catholic churches in our deanery. And a deanery is the group of Catholic churches in and around the Mankato area. He grew up in Fairmont, went to college at St. Mary's, and attended the seminary for a time. He has a strong passion for social justice and educating people about its importance in our Catholic faith. I'll now turn to Isaac to say more about how we can respond.
Thanks, Mike. I guess I want to just begin by reiterating clearly and unequivocally what the church has always taught, that racism is a very grave sin. I think most of us know that, though, and in the face of these events of the last week and a half, find ourselves thinking, what can I do to make an impact on such a big issue? I want to propose, first of all, our first duty as Christians is to pray. Praying, of course, for the repose of George Floyd's soul, but also for peace and comfort for his family, for the safety of protesters, and for hope for all of us who are discouraged that racial justice will be accomplished. In addition to praying, our faith also calls us to action. Racism, like other sins, grows in darkness. And I know many of you have probably experienced unsavory conversations or off-color jokes touching on the issue of race. And I think now is a good time to reflect once again. When we hear those things, are we silent, or do we stand up and challenge those who are saying it? Another way of acting out in faith is to contact our legislators. This last week and a half has been incredibly difficult, but it's also a great opportunity for us, especially in Minnesota, since we're really at the epicenter of this issue. The Minnesota legislature will be convening in a special session this month, and will likely be hearing bills regarding racial justice. So now is a time where we can make a change and have an impact. Lastly, we can also do more to learn about the issue of racism. And I think first and foremost, the best way to do that is to listen to people's stories. The people of color in our community, in our family, in our neighborhood, to hear what they've been through and to listen to understand their experiences. In addition, I would encourage you to watch films that feature the lives of people of color, especially the film Just Mercy that just came out. It's free to stream for the month of June in the hope that people will grow in their awareness of this issue. If you're looking for a deeper dive on the church's teaching on racism and how to respond, I would encourage you to look at the American Bishop's Pastoral Letter called Open Wide Our Hearts, which came out in 2018. And there are links to these resources in the video description below. Finally, I want to close with the wise words of some people far wiser than I am. Pope St. Paul VI said, "If you want peace, work for justice." And I heard that echoed recently in the statement that was put out by former President Bush. He said, "We know that lasting justice will only come by peaceful means, but we also know that lasting peace in our communities requires truly equal justice." And so, in the face of these injustices that we see, it's our duty to speak truth to power, but also it's our duty as people of faith to always speak the truth with love. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." So I want to encourage all of you to continue to be people of light and people of love, making a difference in our Mankato area. And I want to encourage you especially to stream the George Floyd Memorial Service today at 1 o'clock online, and also to join us at Reconciliation Park at 5 o'clock this evening for an opportunity of prayer, reflection, and song. If you won't be able to join us this evening, the event will be recorded and put on the parish YouTube channel.
Thanks for joining us today.